At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. If you're like me, you remember Saturday morning cartoons. You remember getting up nice and early to watch the Super Friends. And you remember what it was like in the 1970s when you had some decent superhero TV shows. I'm not talking about like that Spider-Man. That was horrible. I'm talking about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman with Linda Carter. I mentioned that because there's this list which came out, and let me digress real quick. We talked about the sexiest TV shows last night, and from what I understand, the chat room was talking about it another 30 minutes after we were done. Well, because of how bad the list was, we have another bad list for you along those same lines, and you'll probably want to talk about it. This list, I can't even find where it came from. Mark Rahner came up with the story. He found it.
I got it in an email, and I thought it just looked like the kind of thing you and Koala and I would just sit and BS about before work. But lists are radio fodder.
Yes, they are. This is the top 10 most attractive superheroes. Now, as I read, it says in cinematic history.
Yes, cinematic history.
Yeah, because all the ones in the comic books are drawn to look like porn stars.
No, but I'm saying there are TV like Linda Carter. I'm saying.
Yeah, she kick-started a lot of young manhoods back in the mid to late 70s.
Her fine self. But here are the 10 most attractive superheroes according to cinematic history. Now, let me just say this as I pull up these sound effects real quick. I have already reviewed the list, and I'm already mad at the list. It is probably the worst one that I've ever seen.
It's up there. I mean, I saw it was hot as fish grease. This is a horrible list.
Let's get into it. Here is number 10 of the hottest superheroes in cinematic history. Number 10. Quicksilver, but they also give you the actor or actress. Quicksilver, as played by Aaron Taylor Johnson.
But
number 10 of all time.
Hottest.
Yeah, and look, you would think they would have said Craven before Quicksilver.
Right now, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, if you were determined to have him on the list, which is bizarre.
That's number 10. Number 9. Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. Not Mantis as in Carl Lumley, but Mantis Palm Clementieff.
I'll accept that.
Really?
No, you're not accepting
with the
that.
antennae?
Yeah, what's wrong?
No.
She's not top 9.
Plus the dead eyes.
Yeah.
Hot in what way, Mark?
Have you seen that same actress in the Mission Impossible movies?
No. You don't tell me that she's finer than Gamora and Zoe Saldana.
They're both a photo finish, I would say.
No.
Are you insane, man?
Listen to this. What kind of a nerve have I struck here?
You lost your damn mind.
You are over there on that Maui Wowie. That marijuana talking this.
They discourage. HR discourages that. You should know.
That's true. At work. Number 8 of the sexiest superheroes in cinematic history, allegedly. Bucky Barnes, as portrayed by Sebastian Stan.
I need to know what he did that was sexy and or hot in anything that he's been in.
Look, the jealousy is palpable here.
Look, he's not trying to please you.
Look, I'm just saying.
Thank you very much.
I'm just saying, when you look at the rest of this list, he cannot be on the top 10.
He's got that wounded look. He's morose. He's stubbly. He's got lustrous hair.
There are more lustrous locks of hair in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which he comes from, that should have prevented him from being on this list. I'm just saying. But we're only at number 9. Or, yeah, 8.
That was number 8.
Right.
Here's number 7. I'm about ready to throw this list out the window. Storm, as portrayed by Alexandra Shipp, not Halle Berry. Exactly. She played Storm in the X-Men Apocalypse.
Yes. She had one appearance as Storm. And she ranked on this list.
Now, this list is trash.
Oh, it's absolutely trash. How can you pick anyone above Halle Berry? Why is Halle Berry not on this list?
I hate it when we agree, but you're right about this.
Number 6 of the sexiest superheroes in cinematic history. Peggy Carter, portrayed by Haley Atwell.
Now, if anybody here has a problem with that,
No, I
you
know.
need to just move to North Korea or
No,
something.
Peggy Carter could get it.
Really?
She could get it.
Yes.
Okay.
Twice on Tuesday.
Not bad.
On the Shield.
Weirdly specific.
When we come back to top 5 sexiest superheroes of all time in cinematic history, according to some list of some email that Mark Rahner got some time ago.
What, isn't the source on there?
No, it isn't.
Nah, I couldn't find the source. I was going through all the gibberish that was in the email. I'm like, I don't know where this is coming from.
Okay.
Another, I mean, when I say gibberish, there's like a lot of like text and QR code links, and I'm like, I can't find where this is sourced.
It's Mark's list.
It's definitely not my list. But if you boil it down, could it be any more or less valid than the trash from Variety?
This is borderline, okay?
Yeah.
It's on the same level. So quickly review before we go to break. Number 10, Quicksilver. Number 9, Mantis. Number 8, Bucky Barnes. Number 7, Storm. Not Halle Berry, Storm. Number 6, Peggy Carter, Haley Atwell. The top 5 when we come back.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
On YouTube at Mr. Mo Kelly, you can watch the show live right now and see all the silliness. You can get in the chat room and enter in that conversation. We were right in the middle of the list of the top superheroes of all time as far as most attractive, according to Mark Rahner's email.
And it was. I did not generate this.
That's what we are calling it now.
That's
according to Mark.
Yeah, according to Mark's email.
I forwarded some promotional thing that had a poll in it, and I thought you would be interested.
Had a poll.
Oh, boy.
Number 10 was Quicksilver, as portrayed by Aaron Taylor Johnson. Number 9, Mantis, Palm Clementieff. No, if you're going to pick someone from Guardians of the Galaxy, it's got to be Gamora. Number 8, Bucky Barnes, Sebastian Stan. Storm, Alexandra Shipp, not Halle Berry. Look, she might be number 1. Okay. Number 6, Peggy Carter, Haley Atwell. Yes. Number 5, as we pick up, Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. Yes.
Yes.
Kind of perfunctory.
That should be higher.
That black leather suit.
That should be higher. I think.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
no matter.
From the chat, some people were recommending Mystique, and I said it has to be Rebecca Romijn, not Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
And this is one of my personal favorites.
You almost
That's
said
about to say
pervert.
This is one of my pervert favorites. Okay.
Psylocke, Olivia Munn.
Yeah, all right. I didn't make it through the whole movie, but she was.
No, we're not talking about the quality of the movie.
I know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
She does it for me. She always has, even when she was on the show The Newsroom.
All right.
Not your speed.
Nah. Even with that scantily clad ninja outfit that she used to fight in the middle of a destructive zone. I'm like, you're going to get injured in that bikini. You cannot be fighting world-ending battles in a bikini.
Yes, you can. I love me some Olivia Munn, and I make no bones about it. Number 4, Jean Grey, the Sophie Turner version.
The hell is
I don't
going
think
on?
so.
Over Famke Janssen.
Are you kidding?
No way in the world.
No.
No way in the world.
I was going to agree until you said not her.
Famke Janssen, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Number 3, the most attractive or sexiest superheroes of all time in cinematic history. Captain America, wait for it, Chris Evans.
As opposed to what? Reb Brown from the 70s?
No. Where have you been, Mark? Who's Captain America right now?
Oh, I was kind of confused too. Okay, yeah.
What? How can you be confused on this show?
I get it now. That makes sense, though.
I tell you, just no respect for the brothers. No respect for the brothers.
They couldn't wait to get him off the big screen.
Couldn't wait. That was number 2. Number 1, who do you think number 1 is? If you were to guess, if you haven't seen the list. The most attractive superhero of all time in cinematic history.
Now,
That's the
I would have
distinction.
gone with Halle Berry as either
I would.
Catwoman or Storm
Right.
or somebody.
Right.
That was going to be my guess, too.
Look, I would have taken Kim Basinger as Catwoman before some of the folks on this list.
Absolutely.
Except that she wasn't Catwoman.
Whatever she was. Was she Batgirl?
Vicky Vale.
Who did Kim Basinger play?
Vicky Vale?
No. You're thinking of
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Whatever. You knew who I meant.
I knew who you meant because we're talking about cat people.
Number 1 is Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot.
Not even the right Wonder Woman?
Not even. Well, they say cinematic history. Look, there were more attractive women in the Wonder Woman movie.
Wow.
Even the Kathy Lee Crosby Wonder Woman was better.
Wow.
I don't think that she's unattractive, but she's not sexy to me.
Well, no, isn't she some kind of beauty pageant winner from
I don't give
Israel?
a damn. I don't give a damn.
I'll tell you this. Of all the things that I love about Fast and the Furious, one of the funniest moments in all of Fast and the Furious history was the scene when they had to get Prince from some villain, and she turned around
and it was
and showed
nass
that
at
little
all.
boy booty.
No ass at all.
Yeah.
Nass at all.
It was offensive.
The one where they used her as bait?
Yeah.
Yes.
Turned around,
yeah.
and it was like a book.
Yeah.
No, it was more like an ironing board.
Are you
Yeah.
the two of you
man.
grown men trying to ass shame this nice lady?
Yes, we are.
Yes, I'm
Because
sorry.
we're talking about the list of the most attractive, okay?
Couple of pigs. Listen to you.
Hey, oink,
I'm an
oink.
ass man, okay? What can I say?
Sorry.
We tell the truth here.
She's built
Wait,
like a
put it this
little
way.
boy.
Are you
Sorry.
saying that she's more attractive than Halle Berry?
I'm withdrawing from this
Oh.
entirely.
I'm trying to
you are,
think.
in fact, an ass man in at least one respect.
Wow.
You know what? I would have what's her name? Pepper Potts. I would have chosen her over Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
I could see that. Yeah.
Who does she play in Endgame?
Pepper Potts.
No. The superhero.
Rescue.
Rescue.
Yeah.
See? I would have taken Gwyneth Paltrow in Iron Man 3 looked hot.
She got progressively better.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She's fallen off in the past 10 years or so. But I'm just saying that was the apex
She's too busy
for her.
making goop. She's making that sexy
Those
smelling
scented
goop.
candles or something.
Yes, the smell.
Are you
like,
giving her a goop handicap? Is that why she's moving up on the
Well,
list?
she's making for JJ candles, man. What do you want from her? She's getting it out to everybody.
You knew that, right? She was making Secret Garden candles.
I did, but I do not own one, nor would I light one.
You talk. What you saying? You would rent one?
No.
Lease one?
Keep them out of my place. We don't need that aroma.
The more I think about this list, the more people that I think would be sexier, at least from my guy's pig point of view, more so than Gal Gadot in just about every movie. Hell, I would take Angela Bassett as Black Panther's mama before Gal Gadot.
Oh,
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
100%.
Homegirl who played Quake on the Shield series.
Right.
Can't remember her name, but yeah. I know she was Quake.
But that was TV show. See, that's the thing.
Oh, it has to be movies?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
It's
movies.
supposed to be. Well, then there's way too many. I'm sorry, there's just way too
I
many.
would take Ghost.
I like that accent.
Yeah. Oh,
That accent.
she's sexy.
Yeah.
Even all covered up and everything.
There's just a lot more. I'm sorry. A lot more.
Yeah, to say
All
these
of
things
the widows.
All the Black Widows.
All the Dora Milaje.
Wait. All the Dora Milaje. Not all the widows, because we had a widow in the last Captain America that, no bueno. No bueno.
she was.
Mo. Oh, that's not right.
I looked her
It's
up
true.
after we all saw the movie. She's a strange little woman.
Yes.
She's not sexy.
Okay, I'm out
Not
of that
sexy.
one.
Sorry.
No.
I'm not going to ass shame her. I'm just saying she's not sexy.
That's some kind of carnival refugee, I think.
I'm afraid to ask what they're saying in the chat. Oh my God. Okay, what? Give us one of the comments from the chat.
Someone said even though the role was miscast, Jessica Alba as
Jessica Alba, Sue Storm. Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Please.
Jessica Alba, another one who could get it.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and she's just got divorced.
So she's out there.
That's right.
She is with her company.
That's right.
So she's got them bucks.
Mm-hmm. Jessica Alba, that's a nice pull. Yes.
I saw that too. I was going to say that. Yeah. That was like the one I was like, oh, yeah.
Definitely. How do we forget Jessica?
How do they skip her?
No respect for the Fox universe. That's what it is.
Whoever
because it's Mark's list. That's why.
It's not my list. I just forwarded it.
No, whoever secretly forwarded this list to Mark, they are also in a basement sex list like that TV sex list writer. Just horrible individuals.
It's a little on the subjective side.
No, look, not all opinions are created equal. Some are more informed, some are less informed. This list was an opinion list. It was completely uninformed. Can we agree on that?
There's only a couple on the whole list that I think are valid, yeah.
Okay. All right, then.
Oh,
See,
yeah, for
we
sure.
agree then. Yeah. It's later with Mo Kelly. When we come back, we have the Rahner Report with the Mark Rahner. And what are you reviewing tonight, Mark?
We're going to talk about the new remake of The Amateur tonight.
Ooh, I want to see that this weekend. So it's going to hinge greatly on what you have to say, Mark. It's KFI AM 640 and also YouTube. Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere in the world.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Movies, TV, and pop culture, Rahner Report with Mark Rahner. Now on Later with Mo Kelly, Mark talks about movies and TV, pontificates about pop culture, Rahner Report with Mark Rahner. Mark Rahner right now. Mark Rahner right now. Mark Rahner right now. Report with Mark Rahner.
KFI AM 640 and YouTube. It's now time for the Rahner Report with Mark Rahner.
Okay, I hadn't seen much of Rami Malek lately, and I wanted to think he had the decency to go into hiding for a while after being the worst James Bond villain in the worst James Bond movie of all time, No Time to Die in 2021. I know he's been in other stuff, but in my fantasy world, people feel shame and act accordingly. Now he's shown his face again in a remake of a very good thriller from 1981 called The Amateur, and here's some of the trailer.
I want to find and kill the people who murdered my wife.
This is a joke, right? Take it. Take it! Point it at my chest! Do it now!
You can't do what I do no matter how much I train you. You're just not a killer, Charlie. You're just a nerdy fella that works on computers. Do you account for the things I'm good at? You held a gun to my wife's head. This remote controls a device decompressing the glass beneath you.
You have the wrong person.
No, I have exactly the right person.
This ends here.
Are you done? No, I want them all. You recognize her?
If you jump really fast, you might survive the blast.
If you've never seen the original version of The Amateur, it was streaming on Hulu last I checked. If you have seen it, it's probably one of your all-time favorite John Savage movies. Hello? Yep. If you're really
Got
young,
nothing.
No. If you're young, like born after a certain time, you should know that back in the 80s, we all looked forward to the latest John Savage movie. It was a real event. People had his poster on their dorm room walls. When people did coke, the catchphrase was, "That was a savage rail, dude." Nah, that's all lies, all of it. The Amateur was one of his few starring vehicles after everybody from The Deer Hunter got big in the late 70s. You may also remember him from Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing about a decade later. The Amateur still had one foot in that more adult, smart thriller of the new Hollywood of the 70s. It and this new remake are based on a novel by Robert Little called The Amateur a novel of revenge. We didn't really need the rest of that. And it's a pretty cool twist on the revenge flick, or I guess I should say subgenre if I really want to be insufferable. We'll talk about mise en scène at a later date. Savage played a CIA computer expert whose wife goes on an overseas trip in the original and gets killed on live TV in a terrorist caper. His bosses at the CIA won't do much about it, so he more or less blackmails him into training him. He's a wussy and a nerd with no James Bond-like skills whatsoever, and he wants to go find and kill the terrorists himself. The CIA bosses don't want to do this and would like to screw him over, but he's a clever wuss nerd. He doesn't Jason Statham his way through his wife's killers because people don't do that. He uses his wits to wipe him out, also in ways that nobody really does, but in ways that are more plausible for a normal person who isn't an unbeatable superhero, martial artist, bodybuilder, killing machine. If you've ever seen 3 Days of the Condor with Robert Redford as the CIA analyst who gets swept into something that's pretty much completely out of his lane, the amateur could be sort of an inbred cousin, and they taught each other how to tongue kiss. So I was game for this remake. It's been more than 40 years, and now there's plenty more for a tech nerd character like this to deal with when striking out for homicidal revenge. You got smartphones, you got surveillance cameras everywhere, Tuwala coming in and wanting you to look at his pictures of huge roaches from the men's room on his phone, that sort of thing. Rachel Brosnahan from Mrs. Maisel plays the wife. Julianne Nicholson, who we've just been watching in Paradise, is the CIA director. She's your new go-to mean authority figure lady of a certain age. Lawrence Fishburne's the experienced agent who figures out pretty quick he can't turn the nerd into a human weapon. And John Bernthal, who must contractually be in everything that Giancarlo Esposito isn't in, plays another agent. I like revenge movies like this, and it made me think of another damn good one I only recently caught up with called Blue Ruin, directed by the same guy who did Rebel Ridge that we all loved, Jeremy Saulnier. It's a pretty nerve-wracking journey, this Blue Ruin movie. It's about an exceedingly average, non-tough guy, absolutely determined to get revenge for something, no matter what it costs him, and it costs him a lot. You got to see Blue Ruin. That's from 2013. You can find that streaming, too. There's your subgenre. The Amateur is watchable, not an instant classic. Solid, won't be your favorite. When I think of remakes like The Manchurian Candidate, that was just instantly forgettable, useless, and yes, horrible. This isn't in that category at all. It's an entertaining update. And it's a good vehicle for Rami Malek, who, whatever his other strengths are, he's not a big alpha male action type. He's a little 5'7" guy, which, incidentally, is the same height as John Savage from the original. And that concludes my height-based critique of this week's movies. Hugh Jackman was attached to this movie initially. I would have been a whole different ballgame.
That would have been less believable because you've seen Hugh Jackman as an action star.
Yeah, he could do it. He's got the acting chops to pull it off, but it wouldn't have been the same movie. Now that we're really talking about this, look, it's going to be streaming soon, and you'll be telling your kids someday lies about when you used to rush out to the theaters to see the new Rami Malek movie. If we have just a moment, I want to touch on one other hot tip for people who prefer not to go outdoors ever. Tubi is streaming both seasons of the Human Target series from 2010 with Mark Valley. These are such fun. Well-made, old-school, action-adventure, uncomplicated shows with some seriously fun fights, set pieces, stunts. Valley's a cool action hero, and he's clearly up for the physical aspect. Here's a little trip down memory lane. It's short.
I'm not a cop. I'm not a bodyguard. I'm just here to identify your problem, solve it, get you out cleanly with no loose ends. But I can't do that unless you let me.
Perfect.
Let's begin. Hi. I'm Christopher Chance.
You're not one of them?
Would we still be talking if I were?
All we gotta do is get in there, identify the threat, eliminate him without causing international incident.
Wouldn't be the first time we caused one. Hey, dude.
Who are you? See if you can find Guerrero. Let's bring him in on this.
Whoa, wait a minute now. You're not serious, are you?
You think you're gonna fight back?
I'll take the beating, and then one night soon I'm gonna break into your houses and kill each of you and your slave. Probably start with you, Alfredo.
Do you really think you can trust that animal?
Sure. As long as we pay him on time.
You wore a vest? Where's my vest?
On the vest.
And that's a pretty good line. I'm your vest. And followed by a fight, of course. That was Jackie Earle Haley as one of the team members with a fairly impressive, huge wig and shades, calling everyone dude. Chi McBride's the other partner, sort of a chronically unpleasant scold who always comes through in a pinch, then always complains about everything. The Human Target's a DC Comics character who goes undercover in all sorts of situations to protect people. There's some good comic collections you can get from the library or comic shops. I like the one from 2021. Rick Springfield played the Human Target years before this
Jesse's
version.
girl.
It's worth seeing. Another version popped up on the Arrow series I haven't seen, but you don't have to be neck deep in comic nerdism to dig this show. Very fun escapist stuff. Not that you need any reason for escapism lately, because maybe you haven't looked at your retirement money. Or were you thinking about buying a new truck?
Nope.
Do you have friends in Canada who won't talk to you anymore? Do you want me to go on? Because I could go on. How about your Social Security?
It seems like you've convinced me to at least go see The Amateur. I think I'm going to go see that in theaters. I want to see that. I've been looking forward to it.
Like I said, it's not an immediate classic, but it's fun and it's worth a watch. And you must see The Human Target. I'm plowing through this. I never saw the episodes when it was first on TV, and I'm unwinding, right? Rewinding. I'm rewinding with that at the end of the night.
I have a lower bar than you, so I think I'll be fine. When we come back, we're going to get you into the queue because this is going to be our first Name That Movie Called Classic with a visual element to it. The video YouTube edition of Name That Movie Called Classic. So, hey, you know what, Stefan, why don't we open up the phones now? Because I know we're going to have a short segment when we come back. So give us a call at 800-520-1KFI, 800-520-1534. Name That Movie Called Classic. We'll begin at the top of the hour. You may want to watch us on YouTube at Mr. Mo Kelly, and you can cast it from your phone if you like, or your laptop. Just put it on your smart TV, see it on the big screen, and it's even more enjoyable. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app as well.
More informing, more engaging, more stimulating. KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.